You know, it's important to take advantage of all these search engine signals, proper heading syntax, using H1 tags, anchor text.
Separating presentation from content, you know, CSS.
That's absolutely. In the past, so many people have tried to not manipulate is a derogatory term, but to improve the aesthetics of the layout, and they've used tables to do that.
Right.
And tables can be nested within tables within tables. It can be very cumbersome. So a search engine has to sift through a great deal of that to get at the meat of the content. So CSS takes that away. You don't have that nasty maze of coding to go through to get at what really counts.
Well, I think probably one of the biggest things is tools like Dreamweaver make it so easy to create all this, I would say, just fancy effects and everything, but at the same time it's easy to implement. You know, just sometimes you could use Photoshop, for example, to create layouts and then go out and slice them. But then when you export them to HTML, all of a sudden you have all this back-end code that now is a terrible mess for a search engine. You know, I mean, the front end looks great, but the back end, and it's well, that's kind of the draw. You know, so you're using these WYSIWYG tools to generate a cool front end effect at a lot of times at the expense of the back end. Right.
So many times people will create a website and they'll use frames, or they'll use Flash, or they'll use, you know, rich content that gets in the way or excludes content that is searchable. And you need to certainly.
So Flash, just for the record, Flash content you're saying isn't searchable.
Flash is not searchable. Flash is great. Flash is eye candy. Flash is engaging. It gives you some instant gratification and potentially helps the stickiness of a website. But when it's used at the exclusion of content that is searchable and indexable, you're hurting yourself. So you have to use with discretion and use for a reason, not just to put it there, but to put it there for a reason, to engage people. But yeah, frames is something that's not used as much anymore. It is terrible for search engines. It's just something to stay away from. And again, most people don't use it anymore, but you still see some sites done in frames, which is really